Hi. Welcome. It's time for Talk Tuesday. I am Susan B. Lochocki, running for President of the United States as a write-in, and this is my Matter studio. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. So, today I'm going to talk about crime and police and how we're, I would say, over-militarized at the moment. Some things became very apparent to me during the riots over the past couple of months, where, I think, we were a little over-militarized. And then, I want to talk about neighbors and a way out of where we are right now. So, first I want to start by telling you about a scam that I recently was involved in. And I have to admit, there's lots of scamming going on all over. I get emails asking for money, telling me somebody's sick and I have to send money from all over the world. And, some of these people in places are saying that they're from someplace, but they're actually from someplace else. And overall, what I seem to find works at stopping these ridiculous scams is to ask people for a video. Because, when they say they're a U.S. Marine, and then they come up with some BS about, they can't make a video, or they can't do a video call. It's exactly that. It's BS. Because they can. Period. So, and then if they say that there's somebody, and that they, approach you about anything online, if you say, okay, send me a video about it, or let's have a video chat, that's when you find out if they're real or not. I can't tell you how many times I've used that now over the last few months, and it's stopped all these unwanted waste of time conversations about absolutely nothing, about people trying to scam me out of money. It stopped them in their tracks. So ladies, definitely, you out there need to use these video, tell them you want a video, and then we'll talk about it. And you want to see a passport, and we'll talk about it. And, you can you can figure out who's real and who's not, So, and that goes for men too. And for children, if you come across anything like what I'm describing, go see your parent, go see your teacher, tell them about it, say, look, this person's approaching me, they want I don't know what from you, and maybe they want to meet you, or they want pictures of you. Don't send them, don't meet them, contact an adult that you trust, and you tell them, look, this person's harassing me, what should I do? Okay, and there's always the block function that you can do online. Of course, that doesn't stop them from being real. They might say they're in Africa, but they're actually your next door neighbor. And that's the scary part, because we have really no way of knowing where these people are. And that's another situation that I might be finding myself in right now, is that this person who said they were in Afghanistan is actually here in the United States, and quite possibly following me at this point. So, be careful, be smart, and get proof of who these people say they are. And if you need to check it, there's lots of ways to check it online. Contact your local police. They can also help guide you in the right direction. So yes, that's my public service announcement for today. And now on to the good stuff. So I was, mildly asking in a few videos that I needed a vice president. And then I finally had time about a week ago, or no, I guess it was 2.5 weeks ago. I had time to finally get back to my LinkedIn page and even post that there. And then somebody responded. So this guy approached me on WhatsApp and said, look, I saw your request for a VP on LinkedIn. And so he was offering to take the role. So I needed proof that he was real. So then the story unfolds that he was in the military, in the Marines, in Afghanistan, and I asked for a video call, I couldn't get it. I asked for a resume, I couldn't get it. I asked for all these things I couldn't get. And finally, I decided, well, let me just say yes and see where that takes me. So I finally said, okay, you know what? Let's go through with this. Let's get you a 2-week emergency leave and see what happens. So then, yes, they sent me this link to a place where I would have to give them over $1,000. That this guy, who I have no proof even really exists, is able to take emergency leave. So, during my conversation with him, he was telling me that, he would take the emergency leave and then retire. He wants to retire. So my thing was, why don't you just retire? And he seemed to have the money to do these things, so, why was he bothering me with it, and why do I have to pay? So then they made up some story that said that for the emergency leave, he could not pay, that I had to pay. So it's just BS all around, and, long story short, I said, I'm not paying. I said, you figure it out, you get out, you can retire. Why do I have to pay when all you have to do is retire, and then you can be my vice president? Still, I hadn't received any confirmation of who this person was or anything, so I knew it was a scam. But anyway, so long story short, whatever. He's wherever he still is, or maybe he's following me now, I don't know. But I didn't pay the money. I did report it. There's a place online where you can. And I hope none of you end up in a scam and go forward with it. That's a thing. It's one thing to find out about a scam and report it. There's another thing about actually paying that money and then being responsible. I mean, the other part of his emergency leave was that if he stays out of the military for more than the 14 days that were paid for, that I would have to pay $270 every day that he doesn't report back. So, yeah, it was just a scam upon a scam, and I don't know. So anyways, if you find yourself in that situation, you can decide to end it, you can block them, you can do whatever, or you can do what I did and continue, and then once it's all to a certain level, then you report it, and then the authorities can take care of it. So I hope the authorities are working on finding out. I have a bank account and an address that I've turned over, so let's hope that something good happens from that, and that maybe nobody else gets bothered by these ridiculous people. So, scams, they do happen. All right, I'm going to stop here. This is the end of part 1, and then I'll pick it up in the next video with talking about police. And that was a good example of how you use police, in a good way. Police are very important to the society, very valuable. But, as the song goes, one bad apple doesn't spoil the whole bunch, right? All right, so until next video.